Today's research is going to focus on smartphone usage influences on African American senior adults' personal well-being. The purposes of this qualitative descriptive study is to explore how African American senior adults describe the influences of smartphone usage on personal well-being, positive emotions, engagement, and relationships in the U.S. Based on the background of the problem since the existence of smartphone technologies in 2007, various individuals have gravitated towards these devices. Various researchers have followed the trend to show how individuals use these digital technologies only to show how younger generations are more susceptible to adapt, and use these digital technologies when compared to older generations. Some of the reasons why older generations opt out of using digital technologies, mainly smartphones, is due to low crystallized intelligence, lack of social support, lack of affordability, age-related mental and physical debilitations, and also lack of digital literacy training and education. Previous researchers have conducted studies to show how smartphone technologies influences the well-being of individuals. However, the majority of the researchers has done things from a younger generation's perspective. Current researchers who have studied older generations have shown how smartphone technologies influences the well-being of these senior adults. However, there continues to be a gap in the literature to show how smartphone technologies influences various dimensions of personal well-being for old generations, meaning those over the ages of 65, and more so African American senior adults over the ages of 65. For the theoretical foundation, the Martin Seligman's well-being theory is going to be implemented to show how smartphone technologies influence these various dimensions of well-being, those being positive emotions, engagement, and relationships. Information will be expanded upon in the literature review. The problem statement is aligned with the purpose statement. The research question is also aligned with the purpose statement. Based on the phenomena, because technology has become so impactful in human lives and societies, it has become both a mediator and moderator of personal well-being. Smartphone technologies has also become an essential as well as a distraction. Based on the methodology a qualitative methodology is going to be used because it provides researchers with the ability to extract rich and thick data. For the quantitative methodology is not going to be used because it is based on determining statistical significance and relationships between variables. Mixed method is not going to be used because it is based on gathering two different sets of data, one from a qualitative perspective and another from a quantitative perspective. Descriptive design is going to be used because it provides research with the flexibility to unveil information from an individual's perception based on the phenomena of interest. For the phenomenological design, it is not going to be used because it is based on lived experiences and not everyone shares the same experiences. Case study is not going to be used because it is based on bounded systems. The narratives are not going to be used because they are based on storytelling. And here we're not trying to tell a story. We're also not trying to develop or construct a new model of theory. So we're not going to be using the grounded theory. For the population, all African American senior adults over the age of 65 who resides in the United States and are smartphone users will be the population. For the target population is going to be those members that is a part of the Facebook group of 10K. For the sample is those individuals part of this that is part of the target population and who is more likely to participate in the research, to where we want to get 40 or more questionnaires and 15 to 20 semi-structured interviews or until we reach data saturation. For the data source, we're going to use questionnaires and we're going to use semi-structured interviews. For the permissions, we're going to go through the various approval process that has been set in place by the academic institution. For the sampling approach, we are going to use convenient sampling, which is based on ease of accessibility to the participants. For the sampling selection, again, we are going to be using a Facebook group to where we have to get site approval from the group administrator. For the data collection and management, information will be stored on an external hard drive, so where only the researcher will have access to this information. Information will also be downloaded and backed up to the LDP website, which information will be de-identified to protect the confidentiality and anonymity of the participants, and also for the AQR and dissertation committee to review material. Data will be stored for up to 3 years, of which thereafter it will be permanently purged. For the analysis phase for the questionnaires, information will be downloaded, compiled, complete, and cleaned and organized, and any incomplete information will not be used for the purposes of this research. Based on the responses to the questionnaires, information will be charted based on the responses, and results will be revealed. For the analysis phase, the semi-structured interviews, information will be compiled, clean, and checked for missing data. It will be transcribed, go through memory checking, and hand coded. It'll also go through the six-phase thematic analysis process set in place by Broad and Clark.